Welcome back to a brand new video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Experience. So again, the New York Predators Department, as I am reading an article, and it was an article about BitLocker, that it will literally, I think, if you're using Windows Pro, it'll actually activates BitLocker, and it cuts your SSD performance, right? Actually, solid state drive performance in half. So I continue reading, and as I'm reading, because again, I have me on the remote no monitoring, and it had mentioned something about home. If you're using Windows Home something, and as soon as I read the word home, the New York Predator Department has started to use their siren. Again, very, very low, right, to avoid detection. Okay, so this is what they're doing. Like I said, they'll always switch up on their targeting, their surveillance, their stalking, right, and how they will get people to engage in, targeted psychological harassment. It is. I mean, like I said, all I can do is document and to let people know what's going on and what it is that they've been doing and they continue to do. Right, and the immense damage and harm that they do not only to the TIs but to their family members, to their children. Like I talk about my son today. Them hitting them with, directed energy weapons to make him nauseous, to where his skin just starts feeling very, very dry, and then he had a headache. Okay, these are all symptoms that I've experienced, and they're targeted and being hit with these weapons, and they still continue to do it. Sometimes during the morning, when I'm sleeping, they will drive by again and wake me up. And it's forcefully waking, because again, it's not from my own accord. It's whenever I wake up and immediately I'm hearing sirens. That means that they have, we know they have that ability to do that, to wake you out of your sleep, or even target you to the point where you pass out. And that has happened to me many times. You hear the sirens now? So again, whenever I talk about this stuff, they'll start using the sirens more and more. You guys hear and here's the thing: whenever I speak certain truths, they'll use the sirens. Particularly when they don't want me talking about directed energy weapons, coercive persuasion programs, programming, brainwashing, they'll try to use coercive threats in order to try to stop you from speaking about those things, from mentioning those things. Right? Again, we're talking about a criminal enterprise here, right? That engage in criminality and criminal violence against targeted individuals, and then want to silence us when we talk about certain things. There's certain things that we're not supposed to talk about. Okay? But again, that's part of the coercive psychological programming, right? With the coercive threats, is to try to keep you from certain knowledge, and to keep when you do obtain those knowledge, to try to prevent you from speaking on those things. Why? Because again, you do the research, you find out the technology that they've created, right? That they're hiding. Okay? So when you're using terms in which highly skilled, highly technical people in the field of certain types of technology, particularly when it comes to weapons, using the radio and microwave frequency spectrum, they're like, well, how do you know about all of this stuff? Because most people don't even care about those. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't even think about these things. But the fact that you, as a TI, you're not a scientist, you don't have a PhD in this and that, but yet you are using certain terminology and certain words and phrases that is used in certain technical areas, right? And even in weapons areas, right? So you're not supposed to know that. How you know that? again, this is like I said, this is how they keep the public ignorant. And again, ignorant just means that the public don't know. They don't know. So they they hate that. I was showing the one of these. I went to the bodega and I was showing one of the young guys in there. I said one of the Arab youths in there, and I showed him an article. Right, it's about how they use sound and light to control using the electromagnetic spectrum, using your brain waves. That you're able to have technology where you're able to control certain things. Look at her. Yeah. They gotta, why they do that, right? You guys know why they do that, right? Because again, when they're busted, when I bust them in terms of certain things, they'll come out and do some sort of shit like that, right? Some sort of, again, coercive threats. And now you hear the ambulance getting louder and louder. Now I want you to understand how long you've been hearing this ambulance in the background, okay? And as soon as the New York Predator Department officer vehicle car with a Predator officer inside drive by, you hear the sirens start getting louder now, right? To match the level of noise attacks, because that's what that is. That was a noise attack, okay? All right? And you notice how you don't hear it no more, right? As soon as they pass by, all of a sudden what happened? You don't hear it anymore, right? The sound is not fading away, it just stops. Okay? Right. So they know and they understand what it is that they're doing, and they know that I know and I understand what it is that they're doing, and that they're not going to get away with it. Okay? I keep saying, people in society have been conditioned to the point where they don't think critically, and they've been dumbed down to believe these criminals with guns and badges, when we know that they are criminals. We see it all the time. But because they're in a position of power, and because they have us under this, our emotions and the way how we supposed to think has been suppressed, right? And it's not just through psychological programming, but it's through, what is that? Okay. Right, so these technologies suppress our emotions, right? Not only does it suppress our emotions, but it affects the way we think, it affects our behavior, it affects our ability to think in a rational manner, it affects our ability to comprehend, right? They know, like I said, here's the thing. When they unleashed this technology, right, they knew what was going to happen. But the money, it was too exorbitant for them to say, you know what, maybe we should hold off on this. Or maybe we should put warnings on these things that, children under a certain age should not be having such things. That when your cell phone should not be on you for hours on end. When I get in the house, my cell phone is not in my hand. It is sitting on the table, okay, on a coffee table, or sitting on the side table somewhere, okay. If I have to go and use it, I go and use it, but then I put it right back. I tell my son the same thing too. I said, whenever you sit there for an hour with your phone in your hand, I buy him these phone holders, which he barely uses. And I told him, I said, well, at least he has an iPad now, right, that he got from the school. So, Wi-Fi is not as bad as radio frequencies, right? At least because with these radio frequency, the amount, right, the power that is transmitted and that is received from these things is a lot, unlike Wi-Fi, right? But I understand that they can use your Wi-Fi your wireless router to map out your entire home, to show exactly where you are, who's in your home, what's in your home. They can do a 3D modeling of everything inside your home using your Wi-Fi signal. Okay, I want you to understand that. And they've been able to do this for well over a decade. Okay? So just imagine. Anyhow, my bussy, I thought you guys would next video. Oh, is that number 32? Oh, shuck. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. All right.